Hello everyone. Today I have brought a very helpful video for you all about the travel to European country from United States while you are not a US citizen. We recently traveled to European countries, few of them from United States while we are not US citizen. We learned a lot about the application process, what kind of visa we would need, what all the countries that we could visit, and what are the challenges that we faced. If you are living in the US with the legal status, maybe in F1 or H1B or any other legal status, and thinking of traveling to Europe, this video is for you. So we're going to talk about all of that here shortly. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. First of all, let's understand what is Schengen Visa. Before that, let's understand what is Schengen. Okay, we always talk about European countries, but we hardly use the word Schengen. Schengen is basically the list of 27 countries which have made a common understanding of sharing lots of their rules, regulations, and stuff. I'm not a legal expert, making them a Schengen area. So for these 27 countries, you can have a visa for one place, and that one place is an access to all 27 countries. So you are not really bound to only one country. You can visit any of those 27 countries. So those are the Schengen area. And the visa that you will get for these 27 countries is called Schengen Visa. Now, these visas can be issued as a short term, as a long term, or a transit. A short term visa would be considered any travel that you would make for less than 90 days in last 180 days. A long term would be more than 90 days. And for a longer term stay, a transit would be like, while you have a layover from your flights and stuff. That's called transit visa. We traveled as a tourist for 19 days or so in Europe. So we applied for a short-term tourist visa. And that's what we're going to talk about here. So during our stay for those 19 days, we went several countries. So you can do that too. So do you want to understand how we made it happen? Here we're going to talk about all of that. So now that you know what is Schengen area, what are Schengen countries, what is Schengen visa, now let's understand who needs it. Do you need it? It all depends upon few factors: your nationality, where you're born, or what's your residential status, or any special circumstances. So for instance, if you are a United States citizen, you do not need a Schengen visa. You can just fly, get a port of entry over there, get the visa stamp on your passport. So easy. But if you are a legal resident in the United States, you are on your F1, or maybe you are in your J1, you might be here as an H1B, H4, or any other legal status in United States, and you want to travel to Europe, you will need Schengen visa, pre-stamped before you take that flight. Okay. Now there might be special circumstances. You might be a diplomat. You might be government officials. You might have some other special, unique circumstances that we are not going to talk about. I don't know those. I don't have one of those special circumstances, so we are not going to talk about that here today. But what we are going to talk about is for those people who needs a visa stay and who are living in the United States, not as a United citizen, but as an immigrant. Okay. You can check whether you need a visa or not going through any of the official sites from these 27 countries that I listed before. So I picked up France. So I am in the francevisas.gov site. It says, do I need a visa? I just need to fill out the information. It's pretty straightforward. Nationality, let's just pick, I don't know, any country here. So to check whether the country citizen need that visa or not. So I'm in the United States. So let's pick this. And I'm going as a tourist for less than 90 days. I'm gonna visit France. And I'm gonna use passport as mine. Alrighty, let's go here. Here you see, it says you need a visa. So I have to apply for visa. And then if I want to go a little bit more, I want to say like I'm traveling as a tourist. My main purpose is the tourism. Then if I check it, it will also give me the list of different documents that I will need, my application fee, which is €80, and things that is needed. We'll talk in detail about these a little bit later. Now that we understood that you need a visa, where do you need to apply for this visa? Because there are 27 countries, right? So out of those 27 countries, where should I apply for the Schengen visa? That really depends upon few factors, okay? If you are just traveling to one country as for your, any specific reason, then just apply for that one country and you are done with, right? It's easy. Now, if most of the people, what they do is when they go to Europe, they tend to go to multiple countries. So because it's so easy, it's like going from one state to another state in the United States, right? Just drive and you are now in Tennessee. You were just there in Oklahoma the other day, and so from now you can drive to, I don't know, you can go to Nebraska, and then now the next day you are in New York. So you can drive around here in the United States. You can do the same thing in Europe, but there, instead of states, you are visiting different countries. They have inter-countries trains. It's so awesome. It's cheap. You can do it. You can make it happen. So if you are in that situation, then you would either apply for the first country that you're gonna enter into, okay, or the country you're gonna stay the longest. Meaning you are visiting 3 different countries. Let's say France, Italy, and Greece. You happen to enter the France. You stay there for 5 days. You stay 10 days in Italy, and then 3 days in Greece. Now you have multiple options. You can either apply to France because you enter the Schengen area through France, so you can apply on a French embassy. You can apply on Italy because you are staying the longest there. But the rule of thumb is either wherever you enter or where you stay the longest. But once you get the visa, you can go to any of the 27 countries. There's no limitation for that. For us, though, we were entering France, and France happened to be a country where we stayed the longest too. We applied for France. And with France, the way they have done their things is they have outsourced their visa process to VFS Global as a visa partner. So what happens is like you have to go to the French website, fill out your application, the Schengen application online. Once you fill it out, you'll pick where you're gonna go for your visa appointment at which location of the VFS. So for me, it was Houston in Texas. So once you pick that up, you fill it up, you get a confirmation number. You don't pay anything yet, okay? So once you fill it out, use that confirmation number to set up an appointment at the VFX Global. VFX Global is just a third party taking care of the application process for the visas. So once you get an appointment, then you will start collecting all the documents prior to your appointment, so that you can take all those documents to the appointment center. Okay. Now, regarding the documents, it's straightforward. So first of all, you will need a valid travel document or a passport. Okay, in most of the cases, it will be passport. Your valid immigration status at the country you are in. So if you are in the United States, what is your status in the United States? If you are F1 related document. If you are H1B, your employment related document. If you are H4, your spouse related document. If you are a green card, your permanent residency card and stuff like that, right? So you need those information. You need to submit the photograph for your passport, for a visa. So that has a special requirement. So I would recommend just sign up for the opt in for the photograph service at the VFS Global. It's around $15. Go for it. Don't worry about trying to hunt it down at the Walgreens, because the one at Walgreens and stuff that they do, that's the US standard, not the Schengen standard. You would also need a cover letter explaining what all the documents that you have in the binder, basically, and an itinerary. It's the must. You need to have the itinerary. Itinerary is nothing but the list of things that you're going to be planning to do in your stay at the Schengen area. Don't burst your head into this. I spent a lot of time and came to a conclusion that this is not necessary to spend so much time. All they are looking for is your plan and how you are planning to travel. Whether you actually know what you want to do, it is for them to understand that you don't get lost or you don't get surprises and stuff while you go for a multi-country trip in Europe, right? So it is for you to help plan your vacation, so you don't have to worry about while you go there, right? So all you need in that case is when are you entering, which country you are entering, how many days you are planning to stay in that country, what are the basic things that you are planning to do, how are you traveling around, is it train, bus, you're renting a car, where you are staying, hotel, friends, stuff like that, and then how many days in each country you'll be spending and which country you're flying back from. So things like that. You do not need to say in the morning I'm going to eat the breakfast that is at this restaurant, and I'm going to eat the lunch at this restaurant, I'm going to spend 2 hours at the Eiffel Tower from 5 to 7. You don't have to say that detail. All you have to say is I'm going to be in the Paris area visiting the Eiffel Tower and the vicinity and doing some shopping. That's it. You don't have to spend way too much onto writing your itinerary. The other important thing is flight reservation. They have a very strict rule. They want you to have a confirmed flight reservation. Now, my tongue cannot talk today. You need a flight reservation that is confirmed. So not once you book on the one of the American airlines company where you have a 24-hour cancellation, 24-hour free cancellation and stuff without paying. Don't do that. After 24 hours, that's no more valid. And whenever they're trying to issue a visa, if it's not valid, you don't get the visa. So try to get a confirmed flight reservation, which is hard to get. I understand. I wasn't ready to spend $5,000 for my family on a flight without knowing that I'm going to get the visa. And I wasn't 100% sure exactly when I want to fly. So for that, there is the visa services, third party that you can use to book your reservation for your flight for $150 or something. That will give you the confirmed flight, and you can submit that to get your visa. And once you get the visa, you can buy the ticket the normal way you would usually do. Accommodation, it's very important. You have to have accommodation in place before you apply. During the documentation that you're submitting, you need to submit all the hotels that you have already booked for your stay as you have explained in your itinerary. You cannot just say, I'm going to stay at my friend's place. If you're going to say, if I'm going to stay at my friend's place, be ready to provide the document from your friend's city council stating that they allow you to stay there. It is a much difficult process that you need a physical copy, the hard copy, not a emailed copy that needs to be submitted during your application. So that's a difficult way to handle. So try to go ahead and just book it from the Expedia and stuff, and you can cancel it afterwards. It's not a problem once you get the visa. You need a no objection letter from your employer if you are an employee, stating that they have already approved your vacation. They don't have any concern you traveling to Europe. Once you come back from Europe, you have a job ready for you. And if you are a self-employee or self-employer, then be ready to provide the documentation stating that your absence of 10, 15, 20 days would not impact your business dramatically, that your business should be closed once you come back. Just bear that in mind to provide that. Now, the next thing you will need to submit is the bank statement. Make sure you have the bank statement in hand to prove that you have enough fund to fund your vacation over there. You will need a medical insurance for your travel, not the insurance that you have from your employer. That's not going to cut the deal. You have to buy the travel medical insurance with minimum of 30,000 euro coverage for each traveler. So during a stay in the countries that you'll be visiting. So the good thing is, if you buy a travel medical insurance, it covers all the Schengen area. Make sure to have the dates correct. You need to buy that. You can buy that, and then later on you can ask them to cancel and then readjust according to your new plan. But you need that during the submission. Now that you have your document ready, your visa interview date or the visa appointment date is here, there are a few things I want you guys to be very careful about, right? The first thing is be on time. Be on time. Be on time. Take the appointment letter that you received on your email, because once you walk in there's somebody at the door, a security guard or somebody, who may not have a scanner and things like that. So they need to have a physical copy as a proof to let you go inside for your appointment. So make sure to have it handy, print it. Print the completed Schengen Visa form that you filled out on the French website that I told you about earlier. You do not need that. Absolutely, you do not need that, because that's already been submitted. But then, just in case, to show that, hey, I have already filled out, here's the reference number, okay? Bring the copy of all the documents that you are planning to submit. You do not need to submit the original document except your passport, okay? But just in case, take the original, also take the copies. Make 2 copies, one bundle to give it to the VFS, one bundle for yourself to keep. You can print at VFS, but it's not free, so bear that in mind. You also need to make the payment during your visit there, because until now you have not really made any payments, or you already have on your while setting up the application, so setting up the appointment. Okay, but take the payment method over there as well. Okay, so now. Once you have it there, they're gonna take your biometric. They're gonna take a photo of yours if you have bought the photo service. They will review the document that you're submitting. Okay, and then if you are applying as a family, make sure to have the copies on all of it, because I'm not really sure how they did that for me and my spouse, because I submitted them, but then they put it in 2 different packets, and then we received the passport separately. So if you have a bank statement that is shared, make 2 copies and put it in each bundle, so that way if 2 different people reviews the document, they have the enough information in hand to make that decision as well. Okay, now that all of this is done, submitted, you walk out. All you got to do is wait for the passport to come to your house, right? Now, let's talk about the cost. Besides the other cost of preparing the documents and stuff, the application process itself there's a visa application fee of $88. It's standard. There is also an VFS VFS appointment fee, which is around $35. If you are opting for the photograph service, it's around $15. if you need to use a photocopy service at the VFS, it's $1.50 each or something like that, $1.20. There's a courier fee, a mandatory fee that you have to pay, which is basically to receive the passport back to you, which is around $35 each. So you're looking at around $200 to spend at the application process. Now you also have to bear this in mind that you will have to buy the medical insurance ahead of time for your time span, which might be like $60-$70 to $150 depending upon if you're traveling by yourself versus your family. You will also need to buy the flight reservation. Remember, we talked earlier around $150 or so each. So there's that cost in there, and there might be like you have to prepay the hotels and stuff. There are things that you're gonna have to spend there as well. So you are looking at around like $300 to $400 expenses up front to get your visa approved. Now, usually like the approval process takes 2 to 3 weeks. We got ours in 9 days for both of us. 8th day and 9th day, I think we received 2 different mails for me and my spouse. But we got it pretty quick. So once you get it, all you gotta do is finalize your trip, buy the real tickets. Don't try to fly on the ticket, the flight reservation that you made at $150. I wish that was that cheap to actually fly, but once you have it, book your flights as soon as possible. They tend to go up really quick, and then revisit your hotel bookings to make sure they align with yourself, and then you're ready to fly to your destination and have all that fun. But if you do not get approved, then don't worry. It happens. There might be some document missing, or there might be some other questions they might have. Look into those, review those, ask, and then wait for a couple of weeks and reapply with the proper documentation and addressing the things that they are talking to address. Once you do that, you should be able to get your visa to visit your dream countries. I know everybody want to travel different countries in Europe. We went to France, Switzerland, and Italy. It was awesome. We loved Switzerland, the beauty. We loved Paris with its art and museum and Eiffel Tower and the vibe, the love, and Venice. Oh my goodness, the place with the water everywhere, there's no car. All you're doing is, boating around, taking like a water bus and stuff. It was amazing experience for me and my family. I know you guys will have fun as well. Don't wait. If you have plans, just do it. It hardly took us 2 to 3 weeks to plan our vacation, and then we made it happen. And then within a month, we had the visa, and we went there. It was the wonderful experience. Our kid loved it. He still draws Eiffel Tower everywhere. He was able to make a memory of our vacation. So that's how you build a relationship within the family, and that's what we carry as we grow old. So don't hold, go for it, and you can do it. Nice talking with you all. Thank you so much for listening. Let me know if you guys want to know more about our trip, anything that you guys want to know. I'm more than happy to answer in the comment section below, or if you guys want me to make any other videos, I'll be making more videos in future as well. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.